Hey guys, it's Gabe,
It's Caleb.
and you guys are watching the 44th episode of the Positive Outlook Podcast. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. I know
Good.
you weren't asking me, but I'm
Yeah.
feeling great today.
I'm asking everybody. So we thought we'd start today's episode off with an Instagram shout out because why not? We thought we should appreciate the people that follow us outside of just strictly our YouTube channel. So today we got Denver Stutzman. So congratulations, Denver, on the shout out. I know we've talked about the podcast a couple times. Great guy, really awesome, always uplifting. So thank you, Denver. His handle's right here, and yeah, we'll put it somewhere. But yeah, make sure to go check out his Instagram.
Disclaimer. Gabe runs our Facebook. I run the
You good? Go ahead.
sorry, okay. Gabe runs a Facebook. I run the Instagram. So if you're DMing us, guys, and you want to talk to Gabe, just request him. Don't assume. It's one of my little pet peeves.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, either of us, we both look at it.
Yep.
But typically Caleb's the one to respond on there.
He's always reading them. Not that he's like.
Yeah, I'm not ghosting.
I let him know which ones to read. Okay, so like if it's generalized to both of us, I go, hey Gabe, check this out, or you're able to open this. But some people do think that they're talking to Gabe. Obviously, I have Gabe end up responding, but one time I had a full conversation, and then he goes, thanks, Gabe. And I was just like, oh my goodness. So,
yeah, that was funny.
But yeah, thank you. That's awesome. You got the shout out spot. You're technically our second shout out, but our first in an episode.
Yeah, so congrats, Denver.
That's awesome.
So I wanted to pull up a photo real quick.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the photo on the screen. I'm not sure where it's going to be.
Wow, you're really putting your edit. Okay, for YouTube, if you're on the podcast
yeah.
apps, just switch over to YouTube for the picture.
Yeah, come over to YouTube.
We can also describe it. So
Yeah, so I'm going to put a photo up here. So I went on Google, and I typed in how to be there for blank.
okay,
And so it showed a list. It showed a list of how to be there for a depressed person, how to be there for your girlfriend, how to be there for your boyfriend, how to be there for your friends. But if you look, the last one on that list is how to be there for yourself.
wow.
Why is that the last one on the list?
Because we are taught from a very young age how to take care of everyone and how to work with people, and we're never taught how to treat ourselves.
Yeah.
Ever.
Why not?
It-
I feel when I looked that up, that was like kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
I said, well, why don't you want to be there for yourself? Why is this the least searched? And I'm not sure how Google Analytics work. I'm not sure if that's from most searched to least searched. But if it is, why is that the least searched?
Right.
On how to be there for yourself.
I think that is how it is.
Yeah. So why? Why is it so, I guess, not mentioned in society? It's always so quick on how to be there for your friend, how to be there for this person, how to be there for that person. Why is it never how to be there for me?
I could get very Illuminati
Oh, gosh.
conspiracy.
No, that's okay. Let's go a different path.
Okay. I was just going to say people don't like to see others succeed, and the best way to succeed is to know who you are. It really wasn't as conspiracy as I was thinking.
Yeah.
I imagined it.
Like reptilians or something.
Yeah, I imagined it to sound like the man doesn't want you to succeed, but
Yeah.
it's actually what I said was pretty valid.
Yeah.
I impressed myself right there. I'm sorry.
So yeah. So I guess today's episode is going to be about being there for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because last episode we talked about how to be there for somebody else.
So we have our first ever part 2.
Yeah. So
kind
it's a little bit, Caleb said, a yin and a yang episode.
Yep.
Where our first one was the yin and now we got the yang.
Yep.
So there's always balance to everything in life. And so this is just our balance to the last episode. So being there for yourself, Caleb, how do you do it?
How do I do it? I do all these. I have a routine that I stick to. They're all good mentally. They've been proven by studies and experience.
Yeah.
I've told you this, okay? I don't want you guys to think this is weird because I've actually done it before. I had a date set up, and I went to classes. I went to work. I got out late, and instead of going out exhausted and going on this date, I decided to kick back and relax for a night.
Yeah.
And just chill by myself.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. When you're comfortable being alone, it's a lot easier to see how to treat yourself.
Yeah. And I know some people, I was like this not intermediate school. It went way too early in high school. With one of my relationships, I
Okay.
wasn't happy with who I was as a person. So I compensated it by overwhelming the other person and taking care of them
Yep.
and kind of loving them for the both of us, you know? So I was like, well, I don't know how to love myself. I'm going to do it in this person.
Right.
And so that leads you down this terrible, terrible rabbit hole of you losing yourself in the process and all these other things that could easily be solved by just taking a step back and reflecting on yourself.
Yep.
And so I think this is probably one of the most passionate, and we talk a lot about self-growth and self-love.
100%.
But being there for yourself just has a different connotation for it, and it is something that I think is the most important thing in the world.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, you have to deal with all the repercussions that you do with activities throughout your day. And at the end of the day, you are the only person that is guaranteed to be there with you.
Yep.
So why not make that person enjoyable?
People need to stop carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders.
Yeah.
I know how that feels. It's okay when you're unavailable physically, mentally to help someone.
Yeah.
It's okay to, it feels wrong, but it's okay to not help them. It is, because I know that's why it's the yin to the yang, because our last episode is about helping others. You got to help people. But when you are incapable of helping others, don't.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to stretch yourself even thinner, and you can get to a point where it's going to be hard to come back.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it like we said, it's a slippery slope. It is a very slippery slope of kind of forgetting who you are because you're helping out all of these other people. That by the time it's your turn to help yourself, you kind of don't know what you need to get through.
Right.
And so,
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to reference our last episode. You said, crap, I apologized and I forgot what I was just going to bring up.
That's okay.
It was referencing to the last episode. Can you just repeat what you just said?
Yeah.
This is for the people that weren't listening.
Yeah. So when it comes time to helping out yourself, you're not sure what you want. Yeah. Because you were so busy helping other people that you lost yourself.
Exactly. And you brought it up to the last episode. You just, I don't know. I had it. But yeah, you just got to be careful. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. And it's almost, so I guess if we were to reference last episode, I could say we could talk about the Pugmalion Effect again. Where expectation becomes reality. Yeah. And it is so easy for us to expect ourselves to fail and do poorly. And I hate that. I hate that we as humans are so harsh on ourselves, and we are so quick to assume we're going to fail at everything we do. Right. Because once we capture that mindset, we're stuck in it. And then every time we perform something that we think we're going to fail at, we're going to fail at it. Yep. And instead, when you're in that mindset, instead of learning from your failure, you think, okay, I'm just not going to do it again because I failed. And I'm going to fail again. I'm going to fail again. And I'm going to fail again. So you get caught in that negative feedback loop every single time.
Episode 38 with Tony, he said we have, 50 to 60,000 self-talk conversations?
Yeah, something like that.
So if those are negative, that's a lot of negativity. Think about if you're in front of a crowd. Let's even say it's 100 people. If they're all shouting at you, calling you stupid, you're going to feel pretty dumb. Yeah. And so if that's going on in your own head, and then on top of that, you have people messing around or people who really don't like you and they're telling you this. Yeah. That's rough. Yeah. And you need to be able to step back and realize that their perspectives don't matter. Yeah, not at all. And that you need to focus on how you view yourself. 100%.
Now, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but it's if you get criticism from somebody you wouldn't go to for advice, why would you listen to it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that?
I've heard similar variations of that.
But pretty much if you wouldn't take advice from this person, why are you taking criticism? Right.
And that's Tom Hardy once said, if you have a problem with me, text me. If you don't have my number, you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, lots of people think that these issues they're superficial issues, and they try to make a big deal out of little things. Right. And that's just how they entertain themselves. Or David Goggins said, when they're criticizing you, it's because it's really the fear of themselves not pushing themselves. Yeah. So they take it out on you. Yeah. Kind of like it's envy. A similar idea.
Yeah, definitely. So transitioning back into taking care of yourself. Yeah. And I guess this whole self-care thing, how important is it for you to know who you are and what you like to do?
Honestly, I feel like that's religion or not, it's at least one of the top 5 reasons to live is to figure out who you are. Yeah. We're all on this planet for something. Yeah. Whether we see it as a calling or we just do it and we don't really think about it in this deep matter. Yeah. it's so important to be who you were meant to be. It's kind of like, Albert Einstein's quote about you don't tell a fish to climb a tree.
You don't judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree.
Yeah.
Or else it'll live its whole life thinking it's dumb.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if animals have specific designs for what they're meant to do, why don't people?
Yeah.
Well, I think they do.
Yeah, I definitely do. I think that everybody here, everybody listening to this, everybody that exists has a purpose. Whether it's to do this or to do that. It's all across the board. Everybody does something different. And it's all based in what you're passionate about and the ability that you have to accomplish it. And so I think that being able to find those specific things in your life that fuel your soul are one of the most important things you can find out in your whole life.
Oh, yeah.
Is what is that one quote? It's like there's two. Okay, yeah. The two most important days of your life are, one, the day you were born, and two, when you find out why. The second day is when you find out why.
Yep.
And so that is just so empowering because it is,
Oh, yeah.
The day you're born obviously is pretty important,
right?
Or else you wouldn't be here. And then the second is the day you find out why, because then what happens?
Right.
But then you start executing.
Because I think people even notice this when they're younger, and but we're all naturally good at something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not necessarily naturally good at talking or talking to people,
right?
But I'm naturally good at finding and analyzing themes and like wanting to share that with people.
Yeah, finding a message in the text, I guess.
Right, and I want people to like hear it.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
But so we all know this, and Russ, he's a pop singer.
Don't know him.
Pop star.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, Russ.
What They Want, and some good songs like that.
Don't know.
Ty loves him, so he's gonna not like you for that.
Yeah.
But anyways, he says one of his lyrics is there's still slavery. It's just got a new term called salary, and it's not exactly like that. I'm not a songwriter. I don't analyze his lyrics. It stuck out to me because it's so true. People settle for that salary so they can pay rent, when really there's so much more to life than that.
Yeah. Well, and at the same time, you do have to take the step back and realize that a lot of people do have different desires in life. So one person could be, I'm okay with this because I love my family and I love spending time with my kids, and the job allows it.
For sure. Everyone has different like number one priorities.
Yeah. And so that's when you can take that step back and realize that maybe that's the perfect life for them.
Oh yeah.
Whereas for us, it's sitting here and talking to these guys and being able to spread our own message and kind of influence others.
Right.
As I don't know if you'd consider yourself one, but like an influencer.
I hope to be.
A social media influencer is, I guess, the path that we want to go down.
Right.
Which does allow for a lot more freedoms.
Oh yeah.
But with the older generation, they didn't have these opportunities that we have today. And that's a very important message that I want all of our viewers to hear, is that our parents, I guess we could say, and our grandparents did not have any of the opportunities that we had today.
And that's why success stories from back then are just so much different, but they're so fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Because there's a guy who he's in the Forbes magazine. He came over from the Middle East with $500 in his pocket, and now he's on the Forbes top 400 richest people.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is. It's ridiculous. They definitely, I guess the opportunity was there in a different manner.
Right.
But having the world in our fingertips,
the knowledge. We're in the age of information.
Yeah, where we just know everything.
We do, and it's dangerous, but it's also exciting because you guys are able to listen to two guys talk about all these different things that a lot of people haven't heard of.
Yeah. And
to us, it's just natural because we've been indulged in it. We've been lucky we've had the opportunity to be around this information, because we're all like, okay, here's information. Do what you want.
Yeah.
And so there's no guidance on what to know or what not to know. And I mean, that's still what we're figuring out too.
Yeah.
But that's why you got to work on yourself, is because you can go to school and they can tell you what you need to know, and it's not what you need to know.
Yeah.
For example, I want to go be a pilot. They didn't teach me how to be a pilot, but they taught me what I needed to know.
Right.
And so you just got to be careful when you're generalizing and focus on yourself, because also the whole like salary slavery, obviously only if you're settling. Never settle. But I mean, if your dream's to be a pilot, they have salaries. That's not slavery, but it's just the different perspective. I just don't settle. Okay.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. And I guess what we're trying to say here is be there for yourself, learn who you are so you're able to be there for yourself. And at the end of the day, it's just you.
Yep.
I mean, it's not going to always, you're not always going to have a friend around. You're not always going to have your family around, but you will always have you.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you are happy, that you love yourself, and that you are enjoying your own presence.
And is it the podcast if I don't bring up once in a while a lifting analogy?
Mm-mm. No, you have to. Go ahead.
Just for the gym rats out there that are just finding our channel or podcast.
Yeah.
If you go and you need to, say someone's hurt and you need to pick them up and carry them somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to be able to do that better if you've never worked out a day in your life, or if you've spent time hitting leg day and being able to squat so you can get down and pick someone up?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when you're lifting, when you rest, you're focusing on your muscles recovery. Your mind is the same way. You have to let your mind kind of take a breather, get a moment, pick yourself back up, collect yourself, and then you can get on and keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. So you if you do it in the gym, do it in real life.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if you don't go to the gym, go to the gym. It's a great place.
Yeah. There's a lot of I guess analogies,
lessons
from working out that you can transmute to real life.
And I was listening, it might have even been recent, and it's just been a while for us because it's been a few weeks since we've said it. Yeah. But yeah, you were talking about how the gym has all these analogies, and so get in the gym, guys. I mean,
yeah, you'll learn a lot, not just about yourself, but about how you work. I guess it is about yourself, but still, it's and goes much deeper than that.
Literally goes with self-care because you are taking care of yourself. One of the great catalysts to many people is starting with physical. Yeah. Like they want physical goals, and then that opens their eyes to the growth they've had mentally. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, now I want to work on mindset. And they literally just bounce back and forth.
Yeah. It's a healthy slippery slope. Yeah. So that one's nice.
So it's good for self-care. Work out, take time by yourself, put your phone down, unplug, listen to Positive Outlook.
Yeah. That's probably the most important one.
Yeah, number one, actually. We'll put that on the top of the list.
Yeah, it's our top tier. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up today?
When this episode drops, we will be able to view our statistics again.
Yes, so that'll be incredible. We'll be able to see our numbers. We did a before video where we said we're not going to look at our numbers for 2 weeks. And then when this video is up, we will be recording our reaction to how our new numbers look, because we've been having incredible growth lately. So Thank you so much to everybody. It's been ridiculous. Our growth has been so exponential.
I can't say enough. And I mean, the DMs are racking up, and it's not about how many people. It's about if it's meaningful, and I get that. Yeah. But the fact that there's that many meaningful DMs and questions and comments, it's insane. And the amount of love is just ridiculous.
Yeah. We definitely reciprocated back. Yeah. You guys show us all this appreciation and love, and we send it all right back your way.
As much as humanly possible. I mean, I think I've said it maybe once. Every subscriber we get on YouTube, every time we go up views, we're Snapchatting or calling each other about it because it's just crazy.
Yeah. It gets us so excited. We're like two little kids in a candy store. Yeah. Even for one number.
Because this is our dream right here. And I can't wait. I mean, right here, future newscasters, you can pull from this clip.
Yeah, please do.
We're going to be huge, and we know it.
Well, it's more about the people we impact.
Oh, I know. Yeah. They know. We know.
Yeah. So we
love you guys.
We are hopeful to impact so many people throughout our entire journey.
Seriously.
And regardless of if we see the initial benefits of it or the long-term benefits of it, it doesn't matter. I already know that us sitting down and talking, people are benefiting from. Oh yeah, so that's enough for me.
I have a surprise for you, but I'm gonna wait until this episode drops.
You have a surprise for me?
Yeah, so be ready.
Okay.
And maybe he'll take a video and get his reaction, because we're trying to expand the YouTube a little bit. So
what does that mean?
It's nothing crazy, but it'll definitely be nice. You'll see. There's no way to explain it. So.
Okay. Well, I guess I have a surprise coming, guys. So
a little teaser.
I hope you're excited as I am. He said by the time this episode drops, we record.
So I got 2 weeks to get it all together and get it here to Gaylord. So
yeah, so we record 2 weeks in advance. So this is now I just have to sit in angst for 2 weeks. Angst. Look up that
Meanwhile,
word.
You
And-
guys will probably know the day that I'm telling him.
Yeah, you'll probably know with me, so that's upsetting. But do you have anything else you want to say today?
Thanks again.
Yeah, Denver's a great guy.
So
He's got my back, and I got his. So, so once again, thank you everybody who's watched and who is listening, and we appreciate it so much. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new, and we will see you next Monday.
take care of yourselves, guys. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. See ya.